Welcome back, everyone, to Final Fantasy XIV. Last time we left off, we lost Mumbrita. We defeated our first ASEAN and actually killed him. And we're going to see what comes next. As Mumbrita was a native of Charlian, I feel it is only fitting that we gather before the Mark of the Scholar. Are you familiar with the stone? It is a monument found at Rathfrost, and is sacred to Thaliak, guardian deity of the City of Learning. There shall we pray for our dear friend's soul, and bid her a peaceful return to the light of the Mother Crystal. Rathfrost, I don't know where... I have no idea where that even is. Let me see. Okay, so it's actually in this area, from what it looks like. So I guess we'll go there by foot then. Wonder what the crowd's going to be like out here in Modorna. Right now it's 1:05 a.m. for me. The internal clock in the game says 5:05 a.m., so I'm not even actually sure where that time zone is. Maybe it's Japan's? I'm not quite sure. So I think Japan's would be a lot different. Be like more like Australian time, close to that I know of. Okay, yeah, we have to... Let's use our granny. Off this way. Can I make the jump? Yeah, I did actually. Nice. Finally, those frogs leave me alone. Oh wait, no they don't. That's crazy. They're still coming after me 10 levels above them? Okay, it looks like I have to go... this way. And then after this get through here, it should be like a... What? Okay, I guess I went the wrong way. It clearly shows there's a pathway, but I guess you can only leap from there, not go in from there. Sure, whatever. Ah, we made it.
Forgive me, Moonbreeder. Had I been quicker or wiser, but I was not, and you paid the price. But you would not suffer us to wallow in our sorrow, would you? You would tell us to pick ourselves up and get on with it. And so we shall. We shall defend this realm and her people to the last.
Life for death, a fair exchange. Other bargains will be struck.
I don't even know what you're here for, McGarsimer. Guess you're just basically, like, watching us and seeing how we react or something. Though we have said our farewells, the pale of sadness has diminished but little. Forgive me, as antecedent, it is my job to be a pillar of strength for all others to lean upon. I also believe the grief we feel now is precious in its own way, not to be lightly swept aside. Do you not agree, Darren? Tis as if a dagger has been thrust into my breast. But 'tis a pain we must learn to bear if we are to forge ahead of our duty. Battles we have fought have taken the lives of so many. The Rossois, Moonbreeder, our fellows of the Waking Sands. Their spirit and dedication to our cause, however, will never be lost as long as we rise to fight once more. Oops, sorry about that. Came on quickly. I hardly need to remind you of this, of course. 'Tis for my own benefit that I repeat these words, a reaffirmation of mine own chosen path. If I do not rebuild the foundation of my resolve, I am to collapse in a fit of weeping. My apologies again, Narn. There is no other to whom I could display such weakness. You are my pillar of strength, and I fear I shall have need of your steadfast presence in the days to come. Victory won a comrade last, to honor the fallen, the living forge ever on, towards the light of a new day. Have you a moment, Narn? I believe Udala wished a word with you. I should consider a personal favor if you would lend a sympathetic ear to her troubles. She has not been herself since Moonbreeder's passing, and my heart aches to see her so downcast. Alright, let's see what she wants. Hey, it's Narn, great. No, it's no use. I'm trying to stay positive, but it's just hard, you know? Thing is, I know Mon would tell me off if she saw me moping around like this. Which is why I decided to cheer myself up by getting her a special flower. I placed an order for a moon daisy of Ramona a while ago, and it's ready to be picked up. Trouble is, I find Ramona a bit difficult at best at times, and well, this isn't one of them. I know it's silly, but I just can't face it at the moment, so I was wondering, do you think you could collect it for me? I have the coin to pay for the flower right here. Thank you so much. I'll be waiting for you and the daisy at Rathfrost. Alright, I guess we're heading back there then. Which way was the way out again? This way, I believe, right? Guess it's rather foggy of gloom today. What can I do for you today, adventurer? Eldrick trinket to trade? Yeah, they got you running errands now. Them scions really know how to make the most of your talents, don't they? Send the save Irisdale to the Bleeding Market. Fine, use of your time, that is. Seriously though, the best way to learn to say no, or they'll have you mucking out the Chocobo stables next. Anyways, what is it that you were here to pick up? Moon Daisy, was it? Here, then take it. To let you doubt last, I've got a wide selection of headwear in stock if she ever decides to place that dally-old mask of hers. Gods knows she needs to. Alright, we got it. Now we have to head back to that stone all the way at Rathfrost, so I guess we'll get on our grinding again and head out that way. It didn't jump that time. Okay, the ones in front of here don't, like, go after me, but the ones further back down this way do. I don't know what's up with that, because they were the same level as far as I know. Yeah, level 44. Nope, don't want you. This way, I believe it was. Yes, okay. Hooray and learning! Alrighty. Rhoda could be so annoying. She will not take no for an answer. Every time I visit her, she insists I replace my visor with something more fashionable. When I tell her I like it just fine the way it is, she says again, and then again, and then again. It drives me crazy. What I mean to say is, I really appreciate you doing this for me. So anyway, let's see it. Moonbrita loved these things, you know. I hope that somewhere, somehow, she knows I'm still thinking of her.
I'll never forget you, Moon. None of us will.
song riseth to a crescendo.
Is that what I think it is?
Hello, can you hear me? We have received grave tidings from Ishgard. Pray return to the Rising Stones at once.
Alright, so things are going badly here, because it looks like the Dravinians are finally about to attack Ishgard. Let's see how things are going for him. My apologies for the interruption. I'm deeply saddened to learn of Bryndia's passing. The loss will be sorely felt. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. The envoy for Cretheus will soon arrive, and we must hasten to hear a report. The envoy is here. I thank you for receiving me on such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I would forego the usual pleasantries if I may. Certainly, you come with news of the Dravinians. Aye, the dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the Central Highlands a short while ago, and battle was joined soon thereafter. Sir Ermic himself sallied forth with a contingent of temple knights and several companies of the noble house's finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if such it may be called, came at the cost of many of our own. Too many. We will not withstand a second wave should the Dravinians renew their assault. You paint a grim picture, my lady. Is it reinforcements you seek, then? We do. Though it pricks our pride, it is plain we cannot protect Ishgard if our ranks thus thinned by the Horde. Sir Ermic would meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Very well, I shall depart for Cretheus at once. I must warn you, however, that the involvement of the Crystal Babes is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the arresting Udal must take precedence. It is with such contingencies in mind that I must make another request. The Signs of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the grand companies of Irizal. Would you consent to plead our case to their leaders? Though I would gladly appeal to the grand companies on your behalf, I dare not promise a favorable reply. You need not say more. Consider our past dealings with the Irizal Alliance. I can well imagine how our plea will be received. But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. I see, very well. I shall send envoys to each of the allied nations and have them present your request directly to the heads of the grand companies. In the event that your plea does receive favorable answer, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. That is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak of Sir Ermic's authority in this matter, and that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Which brings me to my final request, a personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. The Lord Commander much desires to speak with you, regardless of your fellow's involvement. You faced Midgardsormr and survived. Anything you could share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Thank you. You wear the mantle of hero well. It would seem the road leads us both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, Naurin. Alright, looks like we're heading back to Corythius. Well, since we have the whole White Ether situation dealt with, that's leaves us only with the situation in Udal and with Corythius at this point. This place looks like it got battered.
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken.
Oh, it's Iceheart. Okay. I thought I recognized her, but I couldn't place the name.
Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
Well, that just got taken for the worst, didn't it? Okay, let's see how this goes for us. Seems I was the swifter, Narn. You too, however, have arrived with the time to spare. Pervos has yet to make an appearance. The murmurings about camp tell of some manner of trouble at the Gates of Judgment. In the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what is afoot. Alright, we can do that. Let's go ahead and just jump on the Chocobo this time. This should be the gates, right? Pretty sure. Gates of Judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of Ishgard's magical wards. If our first line of defense can be so easily shattered... Heretic scum, how dare they meddle with our divine protections? I shall rid our nation of the blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. We need not fret over much. There are several years of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine. Oh, okay, there's the last person. When I laid eyes upon Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones. It would seem the heretic struck the first and most telling blow against Ishgard. Science, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead. My apologies, we chanced to hear that there was trouble at the gates. Thought it prudent to investigate the cause. Then you've learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders. Came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. Let us speak more of this back at the camp. Sir Ermic awaits you. Alrighty then. Lady Iceheart has grown bold indeed if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do as we were bid and return to Camp Dragonhead. Lord Harkenfont will know where Sir Ermic means to receive us. That mountain jumped right over us. It was reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend when whose homeland teeters upon the very brink of disaster. Though a single misstep could send us plunging into the abyss, your heroic presence stokes the flame of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to my prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived and will treat you with you in the intercessory. Okay. Greetings, madame. Shall I show you inside? Yep, let's go ahead and go. Let's see how this meeting's gonna go. Thank you for coming with such haste, and I apologize for my absence. Suffice to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, we are but recently returned from the Gates of Judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you preferred to postpone our appointed audience. On the contrary, Master Alphinaud, I think it is most important than ever that this meeting take place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post at Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close friend of mine, Stalwart Owley. In STN. May I present to you Ishgard's Azuru Dragoon. Impressive title, though, I confess. I know precious little of the Order of Dragoons. They are formidable warriors all, yet among them such masters of the lance, Industinian, is without equal. He, out of all the warriors of Ishgard, was chosen to wield the power of dragons, and may thus contend with any Dravinian. You flatter me overmuch, Lord Commander. So you were the adventurer of whom they spoke. I see now why the blood fair sang in anticipation of our meeting. Well, now that we have been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share with you what we've learned of Iceheart's design, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gates. It would seem that Lady Iceheart and the Dravinians share a common goal, the reclamation of Nighdal's stolen eye. Nighal, one of the 7 great worms. His name features prominently in your nation's history, though once defeated by the hero Haldrath, the beast is said to have terrorized Corythia since Ishgard's founding. Aye, many are the scars our walls bear from Nighal's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Haldrath plucked from the best's worm skull, known simply as the Eye, is a treasured relic of Ishgard and one possessed of untold power. Should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dread creature would be restored to the height of his strength, and then no wall or ward we could erect would be stout enough to deny him. My vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for thousands of years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancor. The eye itself is secreted deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. But though scout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics, the dragons are another matter. There are individuals within the Dravinian horde whom an entire company of knights would labor to repel, to say nothing of Nidhogg himself. Nor does age rob them of their strength. Though the endless marches of years, the dragons endure. Patient, calculating, inexorable, you must understand, these creatures do not share our perception of time. And that is especially true of the great worms. They who spend centuries in slumber only to wake and resume their campaign as if mere hours had passed. It's been 20 years since Nidhogg last darkened our skies, 20 years from him to gather his strength, and for us to bolster defenses, and now, just as it seemed primed to return, the heretics strike at the gates. We believe that Lady Iceheart is in league with the creature, then. Of that we cannot be certain, though we know the heretics covet the eye. We have been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we must needs address the ragged hole their mistress has seen fit to rend in Ishgard's protections. There's a weakness the Dravinians are not likely to leave untested. So it would seem, you have described your plight in admirable detail, Lord Commander, yet I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why share such sensitive information with us? I shall speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and I would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons. This much expected. Unlike our arrangement concerning the Keeper of the Lake, however, only you stand to benefit for our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in a conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Dravinia. When the Arizel Alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during Operation Archon, you refused us. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war? I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider what will follow were Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the horde will have little cause to linger, and most will return to their lairs in Dravinia. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Corythia will be buried in snow, and the land will become the sole province of beast and beastmen. Until the Grelinians' arrival, that is, for you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Corythia. They would not even have to draw steel. An imperial province sharing a border of Mordana, 7 hells. Very well. We will assist you in repelling the dragons. The roar of a great worm may have shaken the firmament, but we of Arizel will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. Nor did I ever think you would. Now, upon the matter of the roar, allow me, Sir Aymeric. Through the power of the eye, I become the vessel of Nighal's strength. His essence has stolen into my very blood. Fear not, I am in full control of my faculties, I assure you, and the eye itself is of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wherever as I go. Its lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nighal's voice. Then the worm who roared. It was Nighal, yeah. He means to hurl his horde against Damphinian's collar and shatter the remaining wards that protect the city. There can be no doubt the worm has summoned his minions to war. Alright. The circumstances are far from ideal. This desperate endeavor will at least provide us the opportunity to bring the sister states of Arizona together in common cause. Sir Ermac was more ruthless in his negotiations than I anticipated. I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. Did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? Though the Lord Commander has long campaigned for Ishgard to open its gates to outsiders, I suspect the softening of the Holy See's attitude towards foreign corporation gives us something as a bittersweet victory. Days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. If we are to aid the Ishgardians in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made, and soon. For our proceeding, however, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make our report to the incident. Alright, let's go to the Rising Stones. That's a weird mount. Anyways, let's head back into the Rising Stones. We're moving quite along here, that's for sure.
Alphino, it is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
Shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
All those people.
Alphino is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war. But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go. The path we now embark upon is perilous, but I pray you will walk with us to the end. For those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions, and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
Feels like there's something going on with the Crystal Braves. I'm not quite sure what it is yet, though. I bid the Archons travel to their assigned nations. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge Grand Company soldiers to Ishgard's cause, our comrades will be at hand to act as intermediaries for a duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant such support I leave to Alphanod. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I would have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would also have you consider the matter of our own security. Revan's Toll is but a short flight from the snowfields of Crithia. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Pray brief Reborn on the brewing conflict and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for aught that might wing its way over our walls. I only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. Before you leave, may I suggest that you have Tataru accompany you. She has a talent for administration and a firm grasp of the practical challenges we may encounter. Alright, she should be, like, right outside these doors. We are rather close to Crithia, aren't we? We'd best to see our own defenses and take stock of the supplies. And we'll also need to have beds and bandages laid out just in case. Good receptionist is ready for any eventuality. Let's go, Narn. I have 101 things to discuss with Southbourne. Alrighty, let's see here. Appreciate the warning. If orders come in Crithia, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. Also see about finding room for an infirmary, as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, so I'll return the favor. As for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I'll not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgardian soil, and I'm certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at the siege. That said, each adventurer is of course free to do as he or she will. I shall have a word with some of the more capable colleagues on your behalf, and you might try your luck here in Reverend's Toll. Dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your call to arms. Yeah, there we go. Let us get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse. Spare me your talk of glory and fame. I'm not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. Well, this just became interesting. I was just wondering what was going on with the Crystal Braves. This card sounds like she's a right mess, but that ain't what I wanted to talk about. I need to cast your mind back to that scuffle at the Empire by the processing plant. A lad from Lali Alamigo by the name of Old Wilfred was there with the Fourth that day, and I want to know if you've seen him since, have you? God's damn, I feared as much. No one's bloody seen him. It's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. But that ain't all. Around the time Wilfred stopped turning up for duty, them black market weapons went missing from a vault in Udall. So now, of course, half the Braves suspect the lad of making off with the goods. Folk like to believe our company's a disciplined fighting force, but as you both know, it's no more than a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and grand old company veterans. The only thing that's bind us together is some vague oath about fighting for the freedom of all. That and the steady pay. Now, compared to most others in the crew, Wilfred is a fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp among wolves. But the boy's got passion. When he talked about being a guardian of Erzel, he bloody well meant it. A lad like him wouldn't have robbed his blind and buggered off like that. He ain't the type. And then, as this is just between you and me, mind, there's the fact that the lad wanted to tell me something queer he noticed in the ledgers. Something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. Aye, there's a villain at the end of all this trail I've stumbled on, and I'll bet me good eye it ain't young Wilfred. Any road, you've got a war to wage, so I'll let you get on. I thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you, Naren. Something's going bad here. Might as well pay a visit to the mender while we're here. I'm pretty sure we have to mend. Actually, not really that much, but you know what? Repair it anyways. It's better to have everything repaired when you have the chance, even if it's just a little bit. Yeah, we found somebody, okay. So Ishgard seeks sellswords to bolster its ranks, eh? I'm not sure I like the sound of the siege. Those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. But I pledge myself to guard Revenant's toll. Modest work through it is. I am loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do, what to do. Perhaps off this way? Actually, I just came from here, so probably not anybody around here. Come on, I have to find somebody around here. Not out that way, because it leaves the circle, so... Off this way has to be where the other two must be. That way I think leads out to... Come on, where are they? Gotta find people somewhere. It's kind of strange that within this little circle, well, I guess it's not too much of a little circle, but within this circle it's just like, I have no idea how I don't find anybody. Maybe in here? Well, no, because it goes outside the circle too, so I'm not sure. Maybe within, the bar here, perhaps? Let me... No, not here either. Let me just check outside of here. No, this goes way out. Okay, never mind. Just seems weird to me that I'm not finding anybody. Like, usually they would stand out, but I'm not finding anybody at all. Like, I don't get it. Why am I not finding them? This makes no sense to me. Yeah, obviously it's not him. Is this door over here open? No, it doesn't. Why is it so... I don't understand. Why is it so difficult to find these other two? Like, you'd think I'd find one of them by now. I understand one of them being hidden away. And none of these doors open up, so it's not like they're hiding in a house somewhere. Taru's right there. I can find her. Ah, so there's one in here. Okay. Volunteer my services in the defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them mine. It was to escape such a fate that I took up the mantle of adventure in the first place. I'd sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddled behind an icy wall. Oh, is there a way to get up top? Huh. Did not know that. If there actually is, like, a area up here to get to. Then I never knew about it, then. Which is kind of bad. Nothing in there. So he's probably up here somewhere, then. Yep. Okay. It's the first time I've actually ever been up here, so... Sold my blade to the Ishgardians. Well, them dragons are a fierceful lot, but I'd slay me fair share if the coin was good. Worked for one of those knights before, you know. Watched me like a bloody hawk he did. Still, I'd put up with worse than that for a heavy purse. So it sounds like we have, like, one yes, two no's, and, like, a maybe. Hey, Arnar, did you sway any hearts? One or two, eh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4, not including yourself or his friends. We won't have the largest company in the army, but I'd say one reverenceful veteran is worth a dozen clanking knights at least. Oh, I've been so caught up with recruiting that I almost forgot. There's been a word from Alphanod. Here, the Alliance leaders are convening in Udal to discuss Ishgard's plight. And they requested your presence, as usual. Anyway, you best make your way to Udal, or you'll be late. Alphanod said that he would meet you on the Royal Promenade. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and do that next time. And I'll see you guys then. Actually found out that this quest is the last one before I reach another trial, so we're going to actually go ahead and just do this one now. And then I'll be able to just leave off one for the next trial quest. So let's go ahead and do that, and My apologies for calling you away from your tasks. I have hoped to proceed with these negotiations one leader at a time, but it seems an urgent request for an audience had prompted a gathering of the council. Needless to say, I felt obligated to attend. Alliance leaders are already seated within. Let us join them, shall we?
We are well aware of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Brave's intervention.
Dar has none.
Britannia does not object.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but two of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard. Not when our own homes are still under siege.
We dare not leave our interests in Cartano undefended as well. Telegi Adalegi and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Ah, yes. The free companies. They're not like to turn you down.
I beg your pardon? You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords? Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
My duty is to my country and my people. If you expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Lest you doubt, Limsa comes first, then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest. If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Arca. I dare say they will do so again. If I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Uldar to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard. Your Grace?
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
Is Her Grace not feeling well?
To the best of my knowledge, Her Grace is in perfect health.
I see. Carry on.
Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems you've been conscripted into leading a contingent of adventurers on yet another mission of inestimable danger. I fear we have left with little alternative. We cannot well abandon Lord Hakafant and Sir Ermac to their fate. We must abide by the Council's decision, as short-sighted as it is, and strive to fulfill our roles as Arizel's guardians. Captain Ilbert, what news? Then the assault has begun? We have but this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces in position. Your unit will join House Darendare at the Steel Vigil. Man the cannons alongside the knights, and thin the Dravinian horde ere they descend upon Ishgard. I'll join you as soon as I'm able. Narn, I would have you and your adventurers allies boister the defenses at Steps of Faith. Report first to Sir Marceline at the Gates of Judgment, and he will direct you to where you need it most. May the gods grant us victory. Alright, time to go. Alright, let's go ahead and pull out our mount. Okay, yeah, off this way. You are the appointed captain of the sellsword contingent. Then welcome, there is no shortage of blade work to be done. As you speak, Dravinian skirmishing parties are harrying positions across the Central Highlands. I've assigned the Crystal Braves and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks, and for the present, I would have you join them. This is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault on Ishgard proper. The woolly serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, but will not be so easily drawn out of position. Temple Knights remain on the Steps of Faith, and continue our preparations. When the horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Report back to me once their advanced skirmishers are slain. Okay, that way. Okay, I thought we were going straight into a trial at this point, but I guess not. That's fine. Off that way, okay. Have to go through the city first. Wait, where am I going? Okay, here we go. AoE them to death, why not? And down. Yeah, we got more. Why are they just throwing themselves on me? It's kind of weird. Oh, looks like that finished it. It probably would make more sense to go back to Camp Dragonhead than go all the way around. To the north! Okay, yeah, we can go this way. Shouldn't be too far to go, at least. And then something just shows up right next to me. Okay. What's up, guys? Yeah, there's probably gonna be more, I imagine. Yep. And down. Oh, we got another one. Ooh, you're a big one. And down. I don't think we're too far away from here. Actually, yeah. Okay, this is gonna be a long drop. Yeah, I figured that'd be about it. What news, adventurer? The reinforcements decimate, you say? Dravenian's devils. Damn their scaly hides. Hold fast your grief and fury, my lady. We'll avenge the deaths of your fellows in the battle to come. Ere you commit yourself to the siege, you should know what is your task of defending. Beyond the gates of judgment lie the steps of faith. A great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. More than simply a means to cross the sea of clouds, the bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane wars that form the barrier we call Defnin's Collar. Alas, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer, thy thrice-damned witch Iceheart stripped the bridge of its protection. Thus are the dragons now able to lay it unhindered upon the steps of faith. Should the Dravenians succeed in destroying the remainder of the wards, the Ring of Devils will be free to swarm the city within itself. Needless to say, we cannot suffer that to happen. It shall be our task as defenders to prevent any harm from coming to those parts of the bridge, wherein the wards are sealed. All now rest on us, adventurer. Lead your comrades out into the steps of faith and prepare to meet the horde. May the fury guide your blades. Alright. We have a new trial, I assume. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a trial, right? Yeah, it's a... Okay. In any case, we'll get to that in the next video, so see you then.